That's all I got, Shane.
I saw a good question I want to address with Brett because it involves some legalese. You know, somebody was asking about particular virtual literature for H&I meetings, and that's a good question, and we don't have an answer yet. Because when you talk about the Fellowship Intellectual Property Trust and how where resources are stored, what their access is, whether they're free or whether they're paid, and how you share that information is different for different types of literature. So I think most of us know that on NA.org, all of the information pamphlets, booklets, not books, not full-length books, but booklets and service materials are free to view and download on NA.org. And so we went to the office, we approached the executive committee of the office this week about the videos for for Cook County and Chicago. We decided we were going to make a four edition, 1-volume set of 4 H&I meetings with 2 topics that were pamphlets, as if somebody was in a facility for 28 days, which is what most of them are here in the U.S. And they would get an H&I meeting every week, and it would be a basic information pamphlet discussion. So we wanted to post the picture of the pamphlet up on the screen while the audio was playing, and the office hasn't replied yet.
Okay.
now, to be fair, it's good that they haven't replied because they haven't said no. All right. But what that means is they are considering it. It's not often that they get a request like that, and they should consider it. You know, they should take their time. But when we have done this in the past, we always try to refer people to NA.org, you know, / index, you know, -English, you know, and that takes them to the literature that they have posted, and they can download it directly from there. So, you know, Dan, does that, hold on,
it's in the chat.
Hello.
Go ahead, brother. It was your question, right?
I got lost. I was kind of multitasking there.
About the virtual literature?
Yeah. So we were kind of curious. We were starting we have 2 facilities that we're going into starting this next week. And I didn't know if there was any particular literature that we could be providing these institutions that we're already going on into for, you know, virtual presence. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of concerns with the people that I've talked to about HIPAA violations. And I've talked to them about some of that stuff, but you know, a lot of these people are folks that are, you know, you know, put in charge of dealing with our groups. They're not necessarily like the person that makes the decisions within these facilities. So, you know, sometimes getting to the right person, a lot of times I got to run that stuff up the flagpole with something like this when it could possibly come to a HIPAA violation. So I was wondering if there was anything that was on paper that kind of explained how we protect their clients.
Brett?
Look, it's a question that's probably a bit above me, that I wouldn't feel that I've got anything solid to answer. You know, like what we do in our meetings is we just read readings. You know, we simply read them out. We have a beautiful setup in Australia through our fellowship service office where people can donate basic text specifically for H&I, and and they come postage paid. So what we have the option to do, and the NA at Home group actually significantly fund flows to that, you know, like $800-900 at a time. So we fund flow basic text for H&I. So any facility that says, you know, can we have some literature, we have it already paid for. You know, we just simply go, boom, we want it sent here, boom, and it's done. You know, as far as virtual literature goes, it would be shaky ground for me to sort of say, you know, you're going to hear a lot of different things, and our, you know, the laws around it are probably we're fairly loose in Australia. We don't worry about getting sued over here because it's not in our culture. You know what I mean? It's probably a little different for you guys. You probably need to tread a bit more gently. You know, I hope you get a solid response from those that are answering for you. You know, sorry if I couldn't be more helpful than that.